PCORI fees just went up by 10.7%. Most plan sponsors don't know that yet. And if your accruals haven't moved, you're probably already a little bit behind. Here's what's changed, who owns it, and exactly how to file before the deadline hits. The new PCORI fee is $3.84 per covered life. That's up from $3.47 last year. It's a 37-cent increase per head. Doesn't sound like much, but if you multiply it across your entire covered population, it could add up to a couple of bucks. In 2024, we were at $322, then $347, now $384. That's a pretty big jump year over year. The trajectory doesn't seem to be slowing down. If you're still accruing at last year's rate, your contributions are probably structured wrong. The deadline to file is July 31st, 2026. There's no extensions, no grace period. You miss it and the IRS is going to treat it as if it's late. That means penalties. That means interest. The filing itself takes about 20 minutes. Missing that date is going to cost you some real money. Take some time, make sure you get it done. The Patient-Centered Outcome Research Institute fee, PCORI fees, aren't just for big self-funded plans. All self-insured plans owe it. HRAs, health reimbursement arrangements, owe it. Retiree-only plans also owe it. Short plan years count too. There's no exemption for being small. There's no exemption for having a simple plan design. If you sponsor it, you owe it. Some level funded carriers pay it on behalf of their clients. Before you file, you need to know your average number of covered lives. The IRS approves 3 methods to figure this out. The first, the actual count method. You add up your covered lives for every day of the plan year, divide by total days. It's the most accurate. It's also way more work than you need to do. Number 2, the snapshot method. You pull counts from one date each quarter, average the 4. It's the easiest for most mid-market plans. It's how most employers do it. Third, the Form 5500 method. You can use your participant counts from your Form 5500 filing. It works well if you've got good clean data and your Form 5500 was filed timely. Whichever method you pick, document it. If the IRS questions your filing, you need to be able to show your work. And if you've made errors spanning multiple years, each year needs its own corrected Form 720. Don't try and batch them. If you're not familiar, Form 720 is a quarterly excise tax return, but you only file the second quarter for PCORI. You don't need first, third, or fourth quarter returns if this is the only thing you're reporting. Go to Part 2, find IRS number 133, enter your average covered lives, multiply by 384, and carry that total over into the summary. Double check your FEIN. A wrong one is the most common flag. You've got a couple of different ways that you can pay: electronic through the EFTPS site or IRS Direct Pay. You're going to apply it to the second quarter once again, or you can mail a check with Form 720, the payment voucher, 720V. Electronic's a bit faster. That's how most people do it today, but if you prefer to mail a check, you can absolutely do that. Again, I mentioned the jump earlier from 347 to 384. That's real. It's 10.7% in 1 year. If your plan administrator hasn't updated your rate, if you haven't reviewed your composite rates, you should probably take a look at them. For a plan with about 400 lives, it's about $150 annual difference. The dollar amount's very manageable, but the compliance risk of a late or incorrect filing, that's the real exposure. Penalties and interest add up faster than the fee itself. 3 things to do today: pull your covered life count, confirm that your plan administrator is using a documented IRS-approved method, and then check your accruals against that $384 per life. Not last year's rate. It's the kind of detail that gets missed at renewal. Don't let it slide this year. Get your second quarter Form 720 filed and paid before July 31st. If you made an error on a prior year, do not ignore it. Again, the IRS can treat both the filing and the payment as late. Each plan year needs to have its own corrected return. Do not batch them if you need to file multiple years. The fee's manageable. The penalty for getting it wrong isn't so much. If you enjoyed this content, check out more at benefitsblake.com.